Okay, Tommy, here's your video analysis. It was looking pretty good here. I want to take a back shot of you this time. I can put up a side view as well. But remember we were discussing how to keep that trunk a little bit taller at the peak of your leg lift and when you descend the leg and you start to go down into your load phase. And it looks like you do a pretty good job. Watch it. That looks pretty good. And if I back it up again even more, let's get it up here more. If I back it up again, I want to watch your throwing arm because we talked about keeping that arm a little looser and relaxed, and I'm going to watch the elbow to see if it stays bent the whole time or does it straighten out and just relax. It stays bent a little bit, but I like the way you're dropping your hands lower than you did before. That's really good. Now listen, because you're a leg extender, see how you extend your leg? That's good, but you got to get these hips to move out because that's going to give you a little bit more speed down the mound, a little bit more velocity down into front foot plant to really help you transfer those forces. A leg extender like yourself is going to try to balance that by collapsing a little bit here. So you're not perfectly vertical, but you are much, much better. And I would stay at that right now because it's kind of hard to keep your body up and tall and your back straight and your butt straight instead of your butt sticking out this way when you extend the leg. So if you're going to be in a leg extender like that, you're just going to have to, you're going to have to deal with a little bit of a collapse there, but that's okay as long as you can make up for it later by popping out that chest a little bit more. Right about here, I would try to really get extension here in this leg to really start driving and straightening out that leg while it turns. But notice how your leg never really straightens out. It just kind of rotates, and that's just a strength issue. We'll get that done. See, when you accelerate from this point into your drive phase, your drive phase will begin right about here. Boom, because as that front foot starts to turn, that's where you really want to, boom, accelerate that leg. You want to extend this knee, extend this ankle, extend that hip. And that comes with a lot of good conditioning and practice. That's going to really lift up this hip a little bit more, and that's going to extend your stride. Instead of just dropping the foot there, you're going to extend that stride, and it's going to open up that foot. We want to open up that foot a little bit more because when you land that foot, the knee still rotates. You can still see your front knee there. See your front knee here? When you land the front foot, it's still rotating, 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 and we want to brace it up as quickly as we can so we can transfer forces to convert to more ball velocity here. But take a look at the arm timing. So as you break your hands, you start driving down the mound. There's no real pickup of any speed here at this point, so the arm is getting up a little bit past shoulder, but so much better than before. Much, much better. And it's probably because you're staying a lot more vertical here. Okay? And that front foot strike right there, as soon as you touch the ground, the hand is in a decent position. Now, as you get the weight down, it's going to cock up. And it looks to me like you're getting a little bit of hip separation there from your shoulder. Shoulder staying back, the front foot is turning. And at this point, typically with the high velocity thrower, that foot is already off the rubber somewhere out here. And the foot is completely turned so the laces are down and the front hip is completely open and the shoulder is still back. But very good improvements. Very good with the trunk. That's really going to help you as you get into this leg extension later on in our lessons, okay? But it's important to get this leg to start thinking about at this point of delivery when the front knee has cleared the front hip and you're ready to now turn and get into that final thrust, that leg really starts to straighten out. We get a good kick from the ankle here, and a good kick from the knee, and as that knee straightens and turns rather than just collapsing, you will get a nice longer stride, and that front leg will land in a more linear position, so you'll be able to convert that. And I'll show you again in the side view. Okay, I'll put two up for you because I have two of them. But much better with the arm. I mean, yeah, it's a little high. I mean, typically we want to see it there. Okay, it's a little bit too far behind the back here, but that's only because your shoulders are facing this way. So, not a terrible thing, but just some things that we can see in the future. But so far pretty good with the chest. I like it a lot, and I think you're going to see some big improvements. I think you make a pretty good picture. All right, let me get your side up, okay?